Hello friends, welcome from Lake Eclipse. Yeah, you know what? Couldn't you just get the sense on Friday that something big was going to happen? And so I wasn't planning to do any readings this weekend, but I am finding out of necessity I need to about Jeffrey Epstein. And so I do not have my Horoscope with me. Oh, let me just back up by one housekeeping piece of information. Because you all know that this router up here sucks because the in-laws think it just works fine. I am just going to upload these videos directly, and all of my videos will be facing the wrong way. So that's just how it's going to be. And because I can't edit, I just might be letting my phone, my mobile, run. So this is just going to be a really rough reading, but there are some key things that are really standing out to me. First of all, if you recall, at the new moon, here are my notes, the sun and moon were conjunct, which they were in the 5th house, which is the natural ruler of the sun, and Leo was there. And in a horoscope, the sun represents the President of the United States, and he's right there with his emotions. And like I said, at the full moon eclipse, we were going to get more of the worst of Donald. And that was back on July 16th about, because the worst of him was being magnified. And then here we have this new moon in Leo, that kind of gave him carte blanche to do whatever he wants, because he has the power of the sun and the moon, his soul force and his emotions that are dividing Venus and Mars. So Venus and Mars are like the lovers, but they also represent the ascendant and the descendant in the horoscope. And they also represent the balance of yin and yang. They represent the balance from spring and then also fall. And then it's part of the equinoxes, which keep everything orbiting with regularity and an organized way, harmonious way. Well, here you have Donald, sun and moon, right in the middle of Venus and Mars. On top of it, so he's there to divide. He's there to disrupt the organization of things. He just feels so entitled to do that. On top of it, we have, if you remember from the chart, go look at the new moon in Leo and the Horoscope. I'm sorry, I don't have my stuff with me, but I talked about the planets Saturn and Pluto being intercepted in the 10th house. There's nowhere for this energy to go. So on the east and west, we have Donald, who's going to disrupt the balance of things in order and create chaos. And then at the top of the chart, he is going to take his Saturn and Pluto, the devil, judgment, and he's just kind of going to bludgeon us, or just throw down his own gauntlet to not only divide people and order, but he feels kind of on this righteous path to commit all of his atrocities that are of the devil, that are of death, that are of the Alpha and the Omega, life and death, transformation. I mean, he is on that level where he kind of feels like he is the Alpha and the Omega. So that's kind of what we're set up with this new moon in Leo. Okay, so I am told that Jeffrey Epstein was found dead in his cell in Manhattan, New York. So I drew a chart, and because I can't print it here, I had to draw it. There are some very prominent things in this chart. Here's the chart. I think I recently did a reading on the astrology of what happened with the shootings in New York, and I talked about the shooter and kind of the setting and events and the horoscope that was drawn for the shooting. Or was it in in one of the shootings I looked at? I think it's the Ohio one. Well, hand drawn, this is what the chart of Jeffrey Epstein's death or hanging looks like. It seems like there's a lot. I haven't seen any confirmation. I just see a lot of buzz about him. But regardless, if we remember in that chart, I talk about the 15-degree mark, 15 degrees Taurus, 15 degrees Scorpio. That the 15 degrees actually of Leo is the deadliest degree, misfortunate degree of the zodiac. And then when you have 15 degrees of the fixed signs, here we have Taurus and Scorpio, squaring those or activating those entry points, those are opportunities to square that lethal degree for life and death. That was obvious in the Ohio. Look at that. Okay, so that was obvious in that chart from back then.